Are you a fan of maps that are customizable, and dare I even say, cube-like? Well then this is the map for you. This, my friends, is the map known as GM Cube. And it's a really cool map that lets you, well, customize it by using these little blocks right here. You can interact with each of them, and thankfully it is incredibly simple to interact with. All you have to do is go up to it, go to the cube that you want to pull out, and press E. By doing so, you're going to pull out one cube, and you can kind of customize this in any way you want. Each of these cubes can be pulled out, by the way. Nothing is off limits. You can completely change this map how you want to. Now, of course, with some restrictions, the first one being that you cannot pull a cube out more than one space. So if you wanted to have this cube go like all the way out to the middle, sadly you cannot, because pressing E on it again is just going to have it go back in. But still, even with these restrictions, you can still make some pretty intricate looking maps. In particular, I think you could really get away with some kind of a parkour map. Like, that's the first thing that I thought of. For instance, this is what I was able to come up with by just kind of going around and pressing E on certain areas. We're gonna start right here and see if we can make it through, well, my own custom-made, what is it, obby that the kids call it these days? Back in my day, they were called an obstacle course, but I assume obby is short for that. And we are already showing our age, because we cannot even make it past this basic course. Alright, let me go ahead and try that again. Now, there are some peculiar moments, like right here you can see, even though this block is not out, we can, well, walk right over this empty space. Now, if we were to get rid of this, with two spaces, obviously that's going to make you fall. But do keep in mind that it is not perfect. I mean, it's more of the novelty of this map that I think is truly fascinating. And we can see that I suck at obbies. Either that or I designed it very poorly. Now, with these gaps, oh yeah, so when you design obbies, you're going to want to make sure that the spaces are at least 2 apart. Otherwise, it's going to trivialize the entire thing. Alright, this is where things start to get tricky, but thankfully Garry's mod gives you an incredible jump, and we can easily use that to our advantage. It's going to be very difficult here because we have the roof. In fact, I don't even think we can get out of crouch. Can we make this? Oh, there's no way. Yep, that did not work. Alright, you know what? I'm kind of over the obby thing. Why don't we go ahead and try to go for a more artistic approach? And to do that, have no fear. Go over here and you can see this is a live feed of the actual map that you made. Well, I was gonna say just to prove it, here I am, but yeah, for some reason when I changed to the camera, the screen went black. Kind of eerie. But anyway, let's go ahead and reset. Simply press E, and you get this really cool animation where all the blocks kind of flow out like a wave. And it'll then reset everything back to default settings. Now we also do have a light here by simply tilting this. And now you can see everything does look dark, but I do love the really cool white outlines along the edges here. Pretty cool stuff. We also have a miniature room. And this miniature room is, well, it's the opposite, where the blocks actually go inside. So they become concave. And I guess you could make some pretty interesting things with this. Again, with some limitations, you could probably spell your name out. Well, I tried to spell Necros, but sadly I only had enough room to spell neck. And this probably barely passes for an E, but you can kind of see what you can do with it. I also use the paint tool, by the way, to make it stand out. Now we're going to try to make some art in this room. And here we have it, my magnum opus. Truly an amazing piece of art, but, well, we don't gotta stop here. You can use the material tools like I was using here, the paint tool, and you could paint these blocks. Now the cool thing is it's very easy to paint the block without having to worry too much about overspray, because as it kind of goes off the edge, it does not appear to spray onto the blocks that are nearby. So you can just kind of really go ham with it, and I think that's pretty cool. Now I don't know if the creator intended for this map to be used this way, or maybe they did, but this is a pretty awesome way to utilize this if you don't want to, well, make a pretty terrible obby. So it doesn't matter if you're into art or you just want to make a really cool looking map. There's a ton of cool stuff you can do with just some simple blocks that go in and out of the walls. And I think this map is pretty dang awesome for what it is, but you guys will be the ultimate judge. Let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, subscribe if you want. Links will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Use code NecrosVideos if you do want to save 20% on your next G Fuel order. I really hope you guys don't unsubscribe from this really dumb joke, but have a good one. Thanks for watching, and farewell.